let's bring in the PDP Deputy National Publicity Secretary, Abdullahi Ibrahim, for more on this. Good to see you. Well, the last time we spoke to you was on the eve of this meeting, and now let's talk about the outcome. Mr. Damagun has said categorically, stop using the word that I survived, because, well, I'm still a member of the PDP, and even if all else had gone, south, I would have gone back to my former position. So how did it pan out today, to the extent that what a lot of people had thought would see the chairman leave his seat? Because you spoke in his favor yesterday. You said, well, he was doing a fine job. And I'm quite sure you have something to tell us why he survived.
Well, Suleiman, let me also agree with him that it wasn't a question of survival, because this is a person that is second in command by implication, either way. For Damagun, he was right to, disagree with anybody saying it was a question of survival, or what was the phrase? I can't remember the way she put it. What is important for us to know is that PDP has always deployed its internal mechanism in resolving disputes, and this has been throughout history, 25 years down the drain. I have said here repeatedly, and only yesterday, I've assured you that we were going to have it the same way we've been having it, which is dialogue and wisdom will prevail in the House. She will confirm to you, and I'm sure all of those who followed what happened today, it was a very convivial atmosphere, devoid of rancor. It was peaceful. Deliberations took the normal order. Papers were presented and positions were articulated. And the two supposedly feuding parties, former vice president and the former governor of Rivers State, were all in attendance. So were all the governors of PDP, and the caucus of the House of Representatives, that of the Senate, the NWC, the Board of Trustees, and virtually everybody that mattered in PDP was in attendance. I kept reassuring you that it's one party that is the elephant in the house. The more you look at the PDP, the better you understand what democracy is about in Africa, not just Nigeria. PDP has remained the reference point, and this is the party that has the capacity to salvage Nigeria from this despondency and despair in the land. 16 years down the drain, we have articulated the issues, what we were able to bring. As at the time PDP left power in 2015, Nigeria was the headquarter, of, number one, fastest growing economy in Africa. And by the end of 7 years in Buhari's reign, it became the poverty headquarter of the world, not just Africa. And so look at all the indices, look at all the indications, look at the parameters to measure progress and development. Nigeria has retrogressed from 2015, and it keeps retrogressing as we speak, whether in the face of insecurity, in the economic challenges, in all facets of life. Nigeria is today a picture of what it used to be.
Right, so let's get back to the internal affairs of the PDP. One of the points made by the chairman of the Board of Trustees of your party, Adolfo Zwabara, was that the party, your party, has not really ensured that the constitution of the party guides the actions of, or decisions taken, whether at the leadership or not, especially in the case of who should be the national chairman of the party. And then the question of the national secretary. He's saying the constitution of the party has been set aside. Maybe that's why this crisis has lingered for this long.
No, that wasn't exactly what he said aside. What he said, what he was trying to observe is that there are sections of the constitution that were not explicit enough to explain, the position of these offices. And that is why, quickly enough, we, provided a Constitution Review Committee to accommodate the misgivings and some of the lacuna that we have come to see in the existing constitution of the party. We are trying to look at not just the reconciliation and disciplinary committee because of the misgivings arising from, the activities speculated by some people to have engaged in, like the former, governor of River State and now FCT Minister Wike, and many others that are alleged to have, indulged in anti-party, activities. So the party is a very, disciplined organization. We have said no. Rather than engage in this kind of wake in the morning and slam suspension, and only later realize that you have acted, or you have, overrun the runway. It is important for you to exhaust all righteousness, to dot the I's and cross the T's, to ensure that you don't do anything that will be detrimental to the growth of the party. Political parties are expected to, integrate members, to, accommodate new members and entrants, not to engage in, dismissing the ones that you have.
So what you're saying is the PDP is not ready to wield the big stick, whether Wike or any other persons, allegedly working against the party?
There's a committee headed by Chief Tom Ikimi, one notable Nigerian, who in charge of that disciplinary committee. And the committee was today strengthened by NEC to ensure that if these activities, as allegedly presented, is anything to go by, then the committee should be able to investigate these presentations, provide the NWC and, of course, the party with this fact. And from there, we take the decisive decision. Rest assured, we are going to do the best that Nigerians will be proud of, because we are guided by, like the name implies, People's Democratic Party. We have remained the reference point of democracy. And I can tell you, Ngozi, nobody in Nigeria who has seen the activities of these people the last 9 years, and I'm talking about APC, would want to do anything with these people. Subject to your confirmation.
The issues are still within the PDP. I go back to the issues. The factions, you still have not categorically told us the reading, in that room on the day. For those who were there, would ordinarily say to you that all is still not very well because of first the way they sat and how they moved. So the G5, they're still looking like the G5. And the former presidential candidate of the PDP and former vice president still looks very much by his side with his own followers. Has your party tried on the day, try to bring everybody, or is this something that you're leaving to the Tom Ikimi's committee?
Well, first, yes, I will agree with you, and that's not a correct assertion. The G5, excuse me, the G5 is believed to be represented by the FCT Minister Inyasam Wike, who was clapping his hand at some point in the deliberation, because some of the issues, for example, the issue to do with the National Secretary, it was presented and raised by one of the members at NEC, and Inyasam Wike, the way the national chairman now stood up and corrected the resolution of the National Caucus last night in favor of the sitting national chairman, this time Senator Sam Anyao, was to the administration of FCT Minister Inyasam Wike. He clapped his hand and everybody saw that. So I don't know what part of it that the G5, and all of them were there, smiling, hugging everybody.
Including Wike and Fubara? Wike and Fubara, Fubara was there, Wike was there.
Both of them were there, but right. Fubara stood up and spoke. He expressed his mind regarding the members of House of Assembly in his state and what have you. I don't know if this thing is not very clear to you people. I wonder why it's still a difficult thing for anybody to understand. And the vice president, for crying out loud, some of his close allies, has to do with the former governor of Niger State, Babangida Aliyu.
No, are you saying that all parties, whether it's a Fubara, Wike, the G5, including Wike, Sheyi Makinde, and the rest of them, and Atiku, everybody is all on the same page and everything is kosher for the PDP, and now PDP is ready to be the opposition party that it should be?
I can confirm to you that will be what will happen eventually, but we didn't come to NEC today to start hugging or shaking hands or reconciling if there was any misgivings between these people. What we came to do was to deliberate and present the position of the party pre and post-election, 2023 election, and then look into the position of the national chairman in acting capacity. As at last night, the question was whether he will survive it, like quote unquote. But I wonder why the issue now will shift to issues to do with hugging or unity or whatever.
Because I know, because they're very important and Nigerians are concerned, knowing full well that not every Nigerian is a card-carrying member of the PDP, as much as you have followers of the PDP who are not card-carrying members. So they are watching keenly. So in the next 3 months thereafter, what do we expect to see?
Of course, you're going to see a united, a stronger and a more prepared PDP, because all of these things you are talking about are going to be addressed in the committee proper. These people are going to be consulted individually and collectively. We will come and hug us. The next time I'll be coming here, I will tell you what I predicted would happen yesterday. And it happened exactly. Therefore, PDP is going to defy the odds. It's the elephant in the house. There's no fear whatsoever. By 2027, when we shall be going to the poll, there will be no dissenting voice against the PDP. Every single person will be with PDP, and it's a vehicle that has come to, prove that it's the way to go and the direction to go for democracy in Africa and in Nigeria in particular.
And one other thing, are you also looking to getting some of your members who were aggrieved? Because we saw leading up to that, your convention and ultimately to the election, we saw some people who actually infiltrated other political parties like the Labour Party and the APC. So is there a reconciliation on the cards to bringing them back to the fold? Oh,
sure. There's that effort in the offing. But before then, I was quick to tell you that some of the problems we contended with, as it were, going to the election was the unity of the party, which is not present. Since Ambassador Umar Iliadamagun took over in acting capacity 1 year down the drain, this PDP has been united. At least we have not had one person suspended or dismissed from the party. That wasn't what obtained under IU. Virtually every other week you hear one person.
Weakness? Isn't that a weakness? Because many thought that some people had done what you call, because I remember that phrase started with your party from 1999, anti-party activity. And now we started seeing a whole lot so neck deep into what you would have termed anti-party activity. Doesn't this show the weakness in the leadership? No,
it's a relative term depending on what your understanding of anti-party means. It's a relative term. The fact that you are in PDP does not mean you will not have a handshake with someone in APC.
So
the fact that someone is in Labour.
Nyesom Wike is very much in order as a PDP member working for the APC administration. Is that what you're saying?
That will be determined by the committee that is in place. There's a disciplinary committee which would then explain to us when we face that committee. Explain to us what this means. But mark you, he wrote to the National Working Committee seeking or informing them that he was called on for national assignment before he headed for...
Was he given the go-ahead by the National Working Committee?
It was not in the place of the party to do so, because he was just informing us, not seeking our permission. It was just to inform us that he was already invited. And that was virtually a day or two before he resumed, the clearance at the Senate. So it wasn't in the place of the party to have taken a decision to say, no, you don't go at that time. And don't forget, it was a boiling moment for the PDP coming out of that national election or presidential election that we were said to have lost. So the mood of the country at that time was not good for the party to continue to say things that would be even detrimental to ourselves. So
and you have two state elections coming in Edo and Osun. So how is your party taking these elections, at least to show that you're coming back to being a united political party?
All the issues to do with the chances of the PDP in Edo and Ondo have been strengthened. The party has constituted, all of the organs of the party are on ground. The committees that will go and work in this respective state, the congresses have been strengthened. The party itself in these respective states have been supported by the national. We are in touch with all of the critical stakeholders in these respective states within the PDP to ensure that none of them does anything that would count against the future fortunes of the party. So the reconciliation of the PDP as we go forward now is going to explain to you how serious this NWC is within at least the next four months or so before August, that you guys are talking about a replacement likely to come from the North Central. Our performance within the next 4 months under Ambassador Umar Iliadamagun will shape the narrative, will put the confidence, will rekindle the hope of the party. Right. And when we get to that bridge, we'll cross it eventually. And
Nigerians will be keeping an eye on developments within the PDP. Hope that Damagum can actually take the PDP in the right direction.